One North Carolina teen is making a name for himself as a champion in the competitive world of full contact karate. But many are surprised when they learn where and how he trains for his sport. Heather Burgess takes us to the community of Essex near the Halifax-Warren County line, where hard work is causing top-tier competitors from around the world to stop and take notice.
Just down the road in rural Warren County, in what you might call an unsuspecting dojo, you will hear the sounds of serious karate training.
I just said we're from rural North Carolina, way out in the country, you know, and the air is really fresh.
13-year-old Christian Buffaloe is one of the best full-contact youth competitors in the world in a style of karate called Kyokushin.
You don't know if it works or not until you actually do it. That's one of the differences in Kyokushin and a lot of style. We are always fighting each other at all time because that keeps your techniques practical and useful, because a lot of techniques will not work in the real situation.
Kyokushin is full-contact karate and is most popular in Japan, Russia, and many European countries worldwide.
We just love the style and just want to do our part to contribute.
What makes this unique is Christian trains mostly with his sensei, otherwise known as Dad. As a black belt, Kenny Buffaloe trains his son in the Kyokushin discipline.
When he first started fighting, a lot of people were surprised because even at 8 years old, he had a lot of power. Because the reason why is the way that I trained him in an old school way. That in the old school way, spirit and power was stressed over a lot of things. And that's why I trained him. Because I figured if he didn't have that, he wouldn't have much of a chance against these well-seasoned competitors. He had to have something going for him. And I decided power would probably be the way.
The workouts are grueling, but the determination of this young man to be the best is evident since starting his training at the young age of 2.5.
It's very hard, even though you get really tired sometimes, still have to push through and finish the training and just keep pushing.
So that's how you build up to the contact. You have to do it. Having strong legs is not enough, or arms is not enough. You have to actually get used to being hit. So we spend a lot of time conditioning to get him used to that.
Well, Kenny, I know you hear this, but do you have people that are like, you know, full contact? I mean, just from the American viewpoint of this, they're just like, how can you have your child do full contact?
Well, I thought it's a great challenge. And that's my interest is in him growing and developing. And believe it or not, full contact is actually safer sometimes than light contact because fighters go in there totally prepared. You know, sometimes if you're depending on the rule and someone really hits you and you're not conditioned, you can really get hurt.
At around 100 pounds, Christian has fought and won matches when the odds seem stacked against him. Christian's determination, spirit, and power on average win out against mostly larger competitors.
His kick has about maybe 150 pounds of pressure. All right. Are you coming there?
Yeah!
Hey, 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 some.
You're just doing it. You can't think about anything. You're just out there in the moment and just into it to the point where you don't think about anything outside. You just focus on the opponent and nothing else matters.
In a major competition, Christian even won the prestigious Fighting Spirit Award, which is usually never given to a youth competitor.
I'm very happy not just to bring credit to North Carolina and the United States so people can recognize that we do have strong competitors.
But even with his extreme focus, Christian says he does get to relax and do the things kids like to do. Although watching this makes it hard to imagine a chilled-out boy.
Away from karate, I'm pretty much a normal kid, but when I do karate, everything has to be serious and focused. But away from it, relax.
With full contact, the Kyokushin style of karate is very different from the other familiar styles practiced in the U.S. that use a light touch point system. Both Kenny and Christian hope to raise more interest for Kyokushin in America, especially here in North Carolina.
This style isn't that well known in the U.S., and I really want it to spread more than it has, because it's been struggling a lot in the United States, and I want people to recognize it more. So when they think of karate, the Kyokushin is one of the main ones that they focus on.
But until the next competition, you'll find Christian with his father, hard at work, perfecting skills for the next challenge, and his goal to be the best Kyokushin youth competitor in the world.
But I think that's one of the hardest parts about the style, is to, when you reach your limit, to push past your limit and to keep going.
This fall, Christian is slated to compete in the World Youth Kyokushin Championship in New York.